Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late July 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you beautiful people out there. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Leo collective. My guides, talk to me. We're in mid-July. We're getting close to Leo season. So let's see what we got in the cards for you this week, my guys. Talk to me. And yes, we're just going to take a brief look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you might want to lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get this first card going for the lovely Leos here. And yeah, sure, some of you might be on that cusp, that Cancer Leo cusp, but you'll get your happy birthday next week, I promise. There we go. Ooh, we got the confident lady in red. We got the femme fatale showing up here for you, Leo, which could be very good. Okay, your confidence might be at an all-time high here, or something revolving around the self or how one feels about themselves is big here in the front end. Now, before we fully get into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this beautiful femme fatale. You see her there. She is all decked out in red. She has a rose, red bird. There's Venus flytraps on the bottom. So yes, generally when I first see this card, I think of self-confidence. One that's confidence is through the roof. This is sexy. This is beauty. This does talk about aesthetics as well, but there is something attached to this card. All that is beautiful might have a little element of danger to it. Okay, so this is something that's very alluring, very tempting, but there's a little bit of danger attached. So maybe you're feeling like the femme fatale in this time, right? Like, hey, looking good, feeling good, but don't push me type of energy. But sometimes I could say spirit could be warning us about something whenever we get a card with a Venus flytrap on it. So just keep your head about you in this time. This reminds me of the Queen of Wands whenever I see the femme fatale. So there could be something lingering or linked to your self-confidence in this time. Maybe you've recently taken a hit to your self-confidence. Maybe it's through the roof. Who knows? I'm going to say for a lot of you, the confidence could be going up though, which is nice. Let's get into the regular reading, the full reading. And I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get your 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness here. Shuffle it up one time for Leo. Yeah, and I just want to let everyone know as well, we're nearing a very big milestone in this community and channel. We're getting close to 100K. So after this week's readings, I'll be putting out a poll. If you see it in your feed, please vote on the poll. I want to celebrate it. I don't celebrate many milestones, but let's get this out here for Leo. Let's talk about last week's reading. Enough about me. Let's get back to you. Last week's reading was titled The Surprising Action. So the main vibe I was picking up in last week's reading was somebody just not coming sideways technically in a bad way, but doing something or acting in a way where it's like, well, I didn't know you had it in you, or somebody swinging back around. It did feel like someone making a move that wasn't quite planned for or perceived. So always remember that that energy could still bleed over into this week and the next. But let's see what we have for you this week. You know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. Let's get these 3 cards out. Okay, position number 1, we got the 6 of Swords. Beautiful card. This does talk about improvements, things getting better. You might be planning some trips here. Might be wanting to travel, hit the road, especially in position number 1. It's like we're starting with action. We're starting with movement. Okay, King of Pentacles, good energy, all about the money, beautiful abundance. Really, really liking this. I feel for a lot of you, it's turning a thought or a plan into reality as well, and I'll explain that further, which is really good. You could be manifesting beautiful things in this time, Leo. Let's get one more. Because we have a card of the inner, we also have the card of the outer realm. Yeah, and here's that creation we're picking up here with this Magician. Love, love, love it. So I did talk about the manifesting and the creating. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, like I was initially saying, we have a card of movement and action into sturdiness. There's a lot of material abundance showing up here. So the forecast is looking good so far. The Swords and Cups to me represent the inner realm. So that's why I said it might be having something going from idea to reality when we move into Pentacles. Like you're manifesting, you're creating, especially with this Magician on the back. But let's go through one by one. We'll break down the nuances of each card. In position number 1, the 6 of Swords. The main overview of this card does represent coming out of choppy times into the cool waters, or things improving, or coming out of the beef, the conflict, whatever you have, into just a time of peace. This could also speak about literal distance, situations that involve distance. It could speak about travel, so you might be making plans in that realm. All cards have challenges. All cards have beautiful energies. And now a challenge of the Six of Swords could be somebody that's abandoning something or giving up on something. So kind of like the Eight of Cups, where someone's like, all right, yeah, I'm moving past that. So watch out. In this time, there might be certain things that like you don't want to pay attention to anymore. You might be abandoning when this card shows up. The Six of Swords is generally a very positive card. Like, keep it moving, keep it pushing forward. Now, as we get to the center, we got the King of Pentacles himself. For a portion of you might be connected to an earth sign. So we're talking Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. If not, and it doesn't matter male, female, or anything else, the King of Pentacles is extremely sturdy. This could be someone in a very big monetary mind state. Like, my mind is on the cheddar, the cheese, the greenbacks, the pentacles, whatever you want to call it. This person's stacking them. So you could be career oriented in this time, or you might just be manifesting big stacks of money. Aside from that, this is just super sturdy and abundant. Remember that kings represent control of their respective suit. The Pentacles is all about the earthly good. So a lot of you could be really putting things in place, shot calling, trying to just get those things in order. Now, when this does go in reverse, depending on what the clarifier is, the King of Pentacles could be an energy of like something going off the rails, or even being a little unhinged. So it could represent someone that's very stubborn and immovable too, like someone who's set in their ways. So when we get the Six of Swords into the King of Pentacles, you might feel like there's someone trying to block you. There could be certain blockages. We'll see when we get to the clarifiers. I don't really want to read a challenge into it if we don't have one just yet. Now, moving to the very back end, this is where it gets interesting, because we have another card of control. We have the Magician. Very common theme in the fire signs this week. The Magician is all about what you create, what you're manifesting. This is universal energy, karmic energy as well. It does have that infinity symbol over the top. So whenever I see that and scales, I do think of possible karmic things. Aside from creating and manifesting, we really want to get to the clarifier of this. The Magician could sometimes speak about control. So just like the King, just like this Magician, there could be something that you really want to control the outcome or get a handle on when this card shows up. And in the rougher sense, this could represent someone in your life that is a bit of a control freak, like somebody who wants to control every single detail, dot the I's, cross the T's, make you do what they want you to do type of energy, which that vibe does not work well with Leo energy in my experience. But we're just going to put this down here. I'm going to say this feels good before we even get into the clarifiers, but I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and reset this deck for you, Leo. Let's see what's going on, my guides. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Swords here. What's this action about? And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind. All right, Six of Swords. Where's that Six of Swords here? Thank you. All right, yeah. There really could be something that you were just like completely over even giving any of your mental faculties to, or like overthinking, overstressing. Like there might be something it's like, I'm just over it, or you're completely over it. And it doesn't just have to be romantic or anything like that. It could be work-based. It could be money. It could be anything really. But the Ace of Swords in reverse is just giving me more clues that this first alignment up here could be all about your mental state, your mental space. The Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords, could generally sometimes represent somebody cutting certain things out. It could also be where your mind is at, like seeing things clearly. So I'm still kind of seeing this vibe like we got last week of somebody who like they're mentally not predictable. Okay, like with the Six of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's somebody that's acting in a sporadic way. But I feel those are the two main messages. Either there's someone acting in an unexpected or sporadic type of way, like we saw last week, or you're just over something. I'm over it. I'm over giving my mental space to it. I'm over thinking about it, crying about it, whatever. Like I'm just wanting to move forward. Like the Ace of Swords in reverse could sometimes speak about illusion. So like there might be something where you recognize it, like, all right, yeah, there's no point in even thinking about it no more. I'm just going to keep pressing forward. Let's move on to the King of Pentacles. Take that for what it's worth. Maybe that's someone who you're connected to, but I am getting this sporadic type of mind state as well, like someone acting in a very unpredictable way. So let's go in on that King of Pentacles. What is this King of Pentacles here? Thank you. To making a move. And it feels like even last week and this week, it's all about making moves and taking action. We have the Four of Swords in reverse. This could be somebody trying to swing back around or not giving something a break, not giving something a rest. So for some of you, there could be something that tries to swing back around on you. But aside from that, when I get the Four of Swords in reverse, I think of action, I think of movement. And under that King of Pentacles, it's like, all right, you might actually make big headway. You might make big or massive gains in this time. Because that's what, to me, the King of Pentacles is all about those gains, that abundance. And with this manifesting on the back end, this Four of Swords in reverse, it's like, no, I'm not going to stop till I get it. I'm not going to stop till it's in my hands. There's so much fire here. Even though there's literally no fire, I feel the fire that is your sign showing up. So for a lot of you, this could be some sort of massive gain of some sort, okay? And for a lot of you, it could be monetary. And I feel you pushing something or breaking through, okay? I'm getting that breakthrough vibe as well. I'm really liking this centerpiece. So I feel like it's one of those three, either somebody or something coming back around, swinging back around, breakthroughs, or just, yeah, just making it happen. We're going to go in on that Magician, then we'll do a quick recap. I like it. Big gains here. Big gains. So what is up with that Magician for the lovely Leos? I'm liking this forward movement and this fiery energy I'm feeling moving into your season. So let's see what this Magician's about. So I did say that could have karmic undertones. Yeah, the Magician, making it happen, all about the action. We have the Hermit in reverse. Okay, like somebody coming out of the shell, something being revealed here. Either somebody or something is going to reveal themselves or make themselves known when we have this Hermit in reverse underneath this Magician. Very spiritual cards here, extremely spiritual and universal in their energies. Now, the Hermit could just represent a Virgo. You might have a Virgo in your life that's very tough to deal with, or they always want to control every little thing about this, about that, about you. But if you don't have that type of Virgo in your life, when I see this Hermit in reverse underneath the Magician, it's like, we are going to make it happen. We are going to manifest it. And I feel good things coming here. And it's similar to the Aries reading as well, where it's like we started with action and then boom, at the end, it's heavy. And it has been the theme since last week, where things are starting to turn in a positive direction. Gains are starting to be made. And there could be something big coming in, and it could be revealed to you very soon. I feel that for a lot of Leos. With this Hermit in reverse under the Magician, it's like it's going to pop in quick. Okay, so for a portion of you, especially if you've been having communication issues with a person or a person that's been pulled back, I did see that it could be somebody popping up, especially if you're connected to an earth sign. But let's go through and do a quick recap, because I don't want to link it all into relationship. It could be anything, really. Let's go through one by one, then I'll get you your shadow card. In position number one, we have the Six of Swords with the Ace of Swords in reverse. A lot of you could really be over something, or over a certain mindset, overthinking about something, dealing with something. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm just over that. You might see the illusion in something as well. Like, yeah, that's all an illusion. And you might just be ready to move, okay? And I was getting that vibe too, that there might be someone around you that's a little unpredictable in their actions and in their ways. In the center, we have the King of Pentacles with the Four of Swords in reverse. Notice all the clarifiers are coming in reverse this week. Now, to me, this card does, like this alignment here, what did feel like a breakthrough, big progress, big gain. So I really like that for a lot of you. If you're connected to an earth sign or even a male figure, this could be someone returning or coming back around, obviously. But the main thing I'm picking up here is just making progress, not sitting on your laurels. A lot of you could have big things coming in and big gains in a lot of different ways, specifically monetary. On the back end, we have the Magician with the Hermit showing up here in reverse. More of this earth sign, Virgo type of energy popping in. But I did feel like, yeah, once again, something big is going to be revealed to a lot of Leos in this time. Either it's someone who's going to pop up, or something is going to make complete and total sense to a lot of you. But your powers of moving things forward, your powers of action and manifesting are huge in this time. So claim your power and make it happen, whatever it is you want, because these cards tell me that the world could be your oyster. Even if you're dealing with a Leo here, like these energies are moving towards positivity. So please take a screenshot. Let's get you one shadow card here. Let's see what's in the shadows. Really like this vibe, Leo. Really do. So what do we got? I wouldn't advise anything to really get in your way in this time. But let's see what's in the shadows here. You know I always like to pull one shadow card at the end of every reading. I feel like it's very not intuitive, but we like to look within, okay? And whether it's something old, something new, something you don't quite see, a shadow card is a chance for us to reflect. So what's in the shadows? Thank you. 9 of Cups. Okay. Usually a card of wish fulfillment. Okay. Maybe some of you are going to get a wish that you've been wishing for and asking for, but is it all that it's cracked up to be? Is a question when we have this 9 of Cups. It was all over this reading that you're going to get something that you want. All over this week's reading. The 9 of Cups is that card of someone being content and happy, but is it really what you want? Spirit might be asking you to really analyze what your hopes, your dreams, goals, and aspirations are, and see if they're truly in alignment with who you are as a person. Now, the 9 of Cups could also be Spirit warning you about not being too kind and too open to others. This card, the shadow side of it, often shows up when someone likes to take advantage of others. So maybe there have been times in the past where you felt like you gave and gave and gave and no one ever gave back. That's a big thing with this card, shadow side. Another thing, watch out for any sort of overconsumption of anything when this card shows up in the shadows. And we'll just leave it at that, Leo. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the June subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air signs readings. But for July, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. Once again, one of my favorite decks and one of the first ones I ever gave away on this channel. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one has your favorite art style? Is it the swords, wands, pentacles, cups, even the major arcana? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of July, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.